In every walk of life, faith is the invisible force that propels action. A merchant trusts the market, a patient trusts the doctor, a student trusts the teacher, and similarly, a seeker must place unwavering faith in God. Faith, or Shraddha, is not mere belief. It is the soul's deep-rooted conviction that the divine is real, present, and guiding. Paramartha, the pursuit of the ultimate truth, rests on this foundation. Without it, the spiritual path remains unstable and inconsistent. Today's reflection reminds us that what money is to worldly life, faith is to spiritual life. Discourse. Just as money is a basic requirement for prapancha, faith is a basic need for success in Paramartha. Prahlad believed God to be present everywhere, so he manifested himself even in a wooden post. Saint Namadeo's faith made even the stone idol of Shri eat the food offering that he had brought. For success in Paramartha, we must also have the same genuine, unflinching faith in God. We say only verbally that God is omnipresent and omniscient. If we genuinely believed this, could we ever dare to commit sinful acts or even to entertain immoral thoughts? It clearly means that we pay only lip service to Him, and our faith is not firm and genuine. We claim to be believers in God and feel we need Him, but He is not considered indispensable. Prapancha we must have, while God we would like to have. The former is a necessity, the latter is a desirable superfluity. This really should be the other way about. We should feel that God we must have, prapancha we may or may not. We should have a liking for the duties of prapancha, not for prapancha itself. The body may be kept engaged in these duties, but the heart should be kept riveted on God. We can control passions if we desist from doing anything that bites the conscience. We should do only such things as will not shame us in the eyes of God. You know, those who have a lot of worldly business, toil and turmoil to face complain about it. But then, those who are free from these are found equally complaining and unhappy. So wherein does happiness lie? Does money give it? Well, making money is not easy, and after all, money cannot last forever. The same is the case with all worldly things, and do we ever come across a person who has all kinds of happiness all the time? Everyone has one complaint or another, one deficiency or another. Everyone hopes to be happier tomorrow. This hope is never fulfilled and the complaining never ends. And thus goes on the endless cycle of hope and frustration. For all things in the world are imperfect and perishable, and therefore result in misery or unhappiness. It is in this sense that prapancha is illusory. One who thinks on this experience and remains unattached to prapancha can alone be happy. One who disregards this experience remains unhappy. Personal reflection. Bhāskara Raya Makhin, the great 18th century Advaitic saint and an unparalleled master of Shri Vidya, exemplifies what it means to build one's entire inner life on unwavering Shraddha, faith in the Divine Mother. An incident from his life beautifully mirrors today's theme. Once, while Bhāskara Raya was visiting a village, the local priest grew jealous of his scholarship and divine magnetism. The priest falsely accused him of heresy and incited the villagers to humiliate him. Bhāskara Raya calmly said, "If the Divine Mother whom I serve wishes that I be dishonored, who am I to question it?" He offered not a word of defense. He simply sat under a tree and continued his japa of Lalita Sahasranama. That very night, many villagers had the same dream. They saw the Devi, resplendent in light, scolding them for offending her true devotee. In fear and remorse, they rushed to Bhāskara Raya the next morning and begged forgiveness. He only smiled and said, "When there is unshakable faith, even falsehood cannot survive long." Bhāskara Raya's life teaches us that when faith is real, it cannot be uprooted, not by slander, adversity, or injustice. The divine comes to the aid of the faithful, not always to rescue them from the world, but to preserve the sanctity of their inner path. Faith is not a convenience. It is the cornerstone. It is what steadies us when everything else collapses. As long as we treat God as an optional accessory and not as the foundation of life, our inner thirst will remain unquenched. Just as Bhāskara Raya surrendered completely to Devi and lived by her will with fearless devotion, let us cultivate such rooted, resilient faith. Let us not say with the mouth God is everything, while in the heart, the world remains everything. Let the heart become the altar of God's presence, where faith reigns supreme.